Jonathan Davies is an economist and a wealth manager based in Hertfordshire. He happens to love Aldi, I gather. Hello, Jonathan.
Good morning, Jonathan. Yes, I love Aldi.
Good morning. Well, I mean, I like Aldi as well. I like Lidl. In fact, when I go to my favourite holiday destination, Frigiliana, there's a Lidl, so it kind of reminds me of being on holiday when I go in there. But you can't really compare the likes of Aldi and Lidl with the big supermarkets like Tesco, Sainsbury's, Asda and Morrison's, can you? Because you can't do a full week shop in an Aldi or a Lidl.
From personal experience, 95% of our family's groceries come from Aldi. And then, as it happens, we then go along the road to Sainsbury for the other 5%. We're not bothered about brands, about Campbell's or Heinz or whoever it is. We just want quality produce at really great value prices. And one of your correspondents there said essentially the same thing. That's what Aldi does. And how I like to phrase it is Aldi sells Tesco premium at Tesco value prices.
In your opinion?
Absolutely.
But do you think then that what Tesco have said in terms of the reason why they feel their sales figures are lagging behind, it's not necessarily because they are doing anything wrong, it's that consumer spending power is still very limited. And therefore, because it's very limited, people are generally looking for the budget supermarkets. They're no longer so interested in going to somewhere that's all, you know, in my local Morrison's, they pump steam all over the vegetables to keep it all fresh. It's all very posh. But people are no longer interested in all of that kind of nonsense. They just want cheap stuff.
Look, for 20-odd years, we had easy money in this country, as I've spoken with you before. 5 years ago, reality started to bite. By the way, 2008, the financial and economic collapse will be seen in due course as merely the appetizer. I'm afraid to say the main course is still to come. So getting back to your question, I think that Tesco have got a case for why their profits are down, why indeed their share price is very interesting. I just looked this morning. Over the last 5 years, the FTSE 100, the largest 100 companies in the UK, the average share price in the country has gone up 30%. Tesco's share price in the last 5 years is down 10%, which tells me that city analysts are concerned about Tesco generally. But there definitely is a case for their profits going down, their sales not racing ahead as it used to, because most people are strapped. The cost
but it's, you have to factor in when looking at their profits that they have had, I think they would probably admit, they've had some pretty disastrous expansion plans, haven't they, in the rest of the world, and they're now having to scale a lot of that back. But you can't blame that all on the UK sales.
Indeed, and no doubt the city is looking at that as well. It is a fact that in the West generally, and particularly in the UK, the cost of living is rising much faster than household incomes. Household incomes are flat to falling, yet the cost of living is up at least a few percent every year. So no doubt, you know, year after year of that happening, eventually people are finding it really, really difficult to survive, even with the lowest mortgage rates in history. Now, I ask you, Jonathan, what happens when mortgage rates rise?
Jonathan, let's not go down that line because you'll end up depressing me again and ruin my Wednesday. But thank you very much indeed for your time. There's Jonathan Davies, who's an economist and a wealth manager who likes Aldi